Michelle Garcia here with Cielo Spiritual Foundations, my nonprofit put together to help people share and celebrate what they're doing spiritually, connecting in the world, helping humanity today. And today we have a very, very wonderful guest that I know you're going to enjoy and get a lot from. His name is James Umberti. He is a writer and author of several awesome books that are geared to help you live and eat a toxic-free life and really live your best life, healthy life. So tell us about the book you wrote, this toxic-free diet.
Everything. I wanted to write an instruction manual on...
Can you show us the front?
Sure.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Look at that, like clean food.
So you can find me on Amazon under James Uberti, U-B-E-R-T-I, or this particular title here, Toxic-Free Diet. So, as I indicated earlier, it's not necessarily about food, the book, about eating clean, although important. Mm-hmm. It's more about trying to live a cleaner life. And in chapter 6, I talk about the 80-20 rule of just living clean, not eating clean, but I'm talking about the things that we put on our skin, the chemicals that we put on our skin. Our skin is the largest organ in our body, mm-hmm. and so therefore we have to be mindful of the things that we put on it because your body will absorb that, and that creates an imbalance. So the book is about, yes, eating clean and avoiding additives, preservatives, and foods that are toxic to your body and your gut, but it also trains you and educates you to become aware on all the things that are making your body perform poorly.
And what happens, can you tell us a little more about what happens to the body when it's performing poorly as opposed to it performing at its optimal with a toxic-free lifestyle?
Right. As I said earlier, everything, the holy grail of weight loss and wellness comes to your gut, right? Mm-hmm. And so we talk about the gut being the most important thing. It's about balance, right? There's 100 trillion microbes in your digestive system. Think about that. We only have 50 billion cells in our body, and they're duking it out for dominance, right? The good bacteria versus the bad bacteria. Right. And unfortunately, a lot of us are walking around with dysbiosis, which is an imbalance, right, mm-hmm. of the good versus bad. Now, we talk about balance and synergy. We talk about energy, right? And I'll get to that point. And one thing that I wanted to mention is, interestingly enough, everything is about energy, right? Frequency and energy. It's your spiritual enlightenment, right? Mm-hmm. And every cell in your body, your 50 billion cells, have a negative and a positive polarity. Mm-hmm. And they give out about 1.4 volts of electricity. Every cell in your body.
Nice.
If you were able to harness that energy into one form, you would have 700 million volts of electricity. That's how much power is in your body.
Beautiful.
And so when it's unbalanced, it's not functioning at its best. Your mind is out of balance. Mm-hmm. And so what I talk about is to reach perfect alignment in your body. It's about balance. The book is all about how do we get there? Right. How do we achieve balance? So if we have a dysbiosis of the gut bacteria, mm-hmm. then basically we're going to make poor choices. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how the gut bacteria, which is called Candida yeast, which is a parasite, and how that affects your energy, your chi. It also affects your emotions.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So
for an example, if we have, and by the way, 80% of people on this planet are walking around with more bad gut bacteria than good. Mm-hmm. And so the thing is that a lot of people don't understand, and again, it's going back to that whole aware care, right, is that a large percentage of serotonin, and serotonin is our feel-good hormone, right? Mm-hmm. It's life itself. If you're depressed, what happens? Your mood changes, you eat bad, you do bad things, you take drugs. It's the holy grail, right, that I talk about. So when I'm consulting with addicts, right, mm-hmm. and people who want to lose weight and can't control their appetite or their sugar addictions, we address the gut, the garden, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. And so In order to do that, as I said, 80% of your serotonin is produced in your gut.
Right.
Think about that for a second. If your gut, your garden, is toxic, then you're not going to have that healthy, good, feel-good energy to propel yourself perpetually in life with a positive attitude. It just doesn't work.
This is awesome.
And I just released a new book for children. It was my first children's book, so I'm real excited about that because it teaches children the fundamental basics of developing a good habit, right? Mm-hmm. Because again, it's making them aware of what good habits are all about and how to practice them that propel them.
But beyond the scope of the books, can somebody get a hold of you to life coach them in conjunction with the books to help them really live this new way of living?
Sure, absolutely. Reach out to me on Facebook, James Uberti, or Toxic Free Diet. I'm under either one of those.
I'm super grateful that we could get you online today through YouTube.